Hi, welcome back to LeaderSpeak, a series where I've been speaking with leaders and asking them to share experiences from their life that has shaped the person they are or the opinions they hold. Today, I'm again in conversation with Suresh Narayanan, the chairman and managing director at Nestle. I asked Suresh to reflect back to the period during the Maggi crisis and see if there was some experience that has driven home a lesson for him. And this is what he had to share.
When we were going to relaunch, I'm an old school guy, band baja, go to the market, hug the retailer, mithai, give Maggie, etc., etc. So we were planning for a big launch kind of event. Till one of the assistant brand managers, he said, "Sir, I have a point." So I said, "Yeah, what do you have to say?" He said, "Sir, I think we should go on to an e-commerce site for the launch." At that time, Snapdeal was still around. So he said, we should go to Snapdeal. So I said, look, why would you want to go to Snapdeal? I mean, the shops are much bigger, and the retail outlets are much more evocative, etc., etc. He said, your target group, which is people like me, we buy more on e-commerce. We don't really go to shops. So I thought for a moment. I asked him, I said, what is the risk? He said, sir, a couple of 100 tons won't get sold, but we'll find a way to dispose it. So I said, fine. I said, let's go ahead with Snapdeal. So I told my guys, and my head of sales and my branch managers were a bit aghast. They said, boss, what are you saying? I said, no, I think maybe this boy has a point. Let's do what we did. And boy, was this guy right? The packs that we had, a couple of thousand of those gift packs of Maggi were off in minutes, and it was the biggest PR that the brand could get at launch, because I think that taught me a lesson that leadership must know when to contribute and when to step aside. And I think this was one of those step aside moments that I'll be very happy for.
What a nice story. A story that shows that leadership is not just about engaging all the time. Leadership is about knowing when to contribute and when to step back and let others contribute. Now, if we had just heard this sort of opinion from Suresh, that he has learned that you should figure out as a leader when it is the right time to contribute and when you should step back, we may have forgotten. But now that we heard it with a story, we're going to remember it for far longer. And that is the power of stories. I hope you like that story and you're going to put that in your StoryBank. And as you build your StoryBank, if you're looking for more stories, then hop over to our YouTube channel and we have lots more to share there. We have a LeaderSpeak series where many leaders like Suresh have shared experiences from their life that have a lesson for each one of us. Then there is the StoryBank series where I've curated stories from across the world that can help us drive home points in business, make them stick. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe, because that way you will get an alert every time we put up stories, and we do 2 every week. Thanks for watching. See you next week.